Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emma. Today I am going to just bring you a video sharing with you guys how I am going to be troubleshooting our homeschool. I expressed to you guys we're having a little bit of issues when it comes to getting into our routine, and I know we are already on week 14, week 15, about to be week 15, and I am still having troubles of finding that rhythm that we all want to look for. If you hear a noise, that's my new addition to the family, which is Max, Bailey Max, and he's here looking at me. And that's probably the noises that you're going to be listening to. But I am in this place where I feel like we are not working very well with our materials. If I feel like I cannot correct any type of work that my son has done for the week, I feel like we are not doing well, because you want to give as much input as you can, as fast as you can, once your kid has done with their work for the day. And with writing and other programs that we are using, I haven't been able to do that, and it's causing me a little bit of a stress, to feel a little bit burnt out, and I feel like it's not going the way that I feel we should be going. I feel like he's not retaining as much information. And sometimes, even though you can see your kid working well with the materials, still you can sense when something is not working very well in your homeschool, and that's in the position in which I am right now. So I am looking for ways to troubleshoot our homeschool. I am looking to rearrange the way that we do homeschool, the way that we have our schedule. And I am looking as well to see how we are working with the materials. I am making notes. And one of those subjects that we're having a little bit of problems is with writing, because I haven't been able to just take care of those corrections that he needs to see in his paper in order to be able to pass it or type it onto the computer for his final draft. So it's making him take time to be able to complete then the rest of the material, and that is something that I really don't like. So how I am planning to work with that, so I am thinking either I just have him work with a new program for writing and stop for a little bit IEW, even though it works excellent for him, and see how I can just troubleshoot our homeschool when it comes to writing, see how I can just make things flow a little bit better, or if I would just like to have him working with IEW maybe for one day, and the rest of the week he will be working with another program for writing. It's just to make sure that I am able to give him input fast, because writing is one of those subjects that you want to be on top of it and making sure that you are correcting those papers quick enough for them to be able to realize that if they have made a mistake, to be able to correct it fast, because once they get used to make that mistake over and over again, it becomes almost like a habit, and it's difficult to break. Okay, so I am looking for something that I can correct really fast. I wish IEW had a program where they can just correct those papers that the kids have done, because that will obviously facilitate things for us moms, especially if you work outside just like I am. I think that will make my life a little bit more easy if they have that program. I don't know about it. If you know, just leave a comment down below. But it surely will make my life a little bit more easier, because we do enjoy IEW. We do like the program. Obviously, it's a little bit complicated for me when it comes to that. It's just something that I would like to do immediately after he finished with his work for the day, for me to be able to correct that work and give him input when it comes to the writing. Now, another thing that I have seen that we want to work a little bit better is with math, because, well, I want to go at his own pace, so that is not a problem. I for sure want to go at his own pace, but I would like to have our goals meet at some point during this year. And so far we're doing really good with math. We are working with Matthew C. He's about to finish Gamma. We are about to start with Delta. And I would like for him to start with Apologias Math, because it will just serve as a review, and I feel that will take him out of the routine of the Matthew C. It's just so plain and simple. The page doesn't have any activities or nothing to do besides enrichment activities, and I think that will get him out of the routine. So I am looking for something that will just provide a little bit more of fun for him, but at the same time it keeps challenging him and keep him moving, and to expose him to certain math concepts that we haven't touched yet with Matthew C. As well, it will serve as a review. Another thing is that obviously now things are getting a little bit more complicated. He is in 7th grade, if we're going to talk about grade, even though here in our homeschool we are not that much into the grade thing. But just for you guys as a reference, and he's still going through the Matthew C. Gamma, because we start, well, later with Matthew C. We were doing first the Good and the Beautiful, then we did Singapore Math, and we were just trying to take care of those gaps. And I think that's something that I would like to keep on working, and I would like to have a little bit more of time dedicated to that, because I know that writing is something that, even though it's not his favorite subject, but I know he works good with writing. I know he's really good when it comes to grammar, so that is not a problem. So I might at some point even change him from programs when it comes to language arts. I am in that mind and thinking on what I am going to be doing to continue with him, so we can have the times, we can have more time to concentrate when it comes to reading and comprehension, and as well when it comes to the math, which I think is really important. We have been working very well with history, even though it's been taking us time, and I've been troubleshooting a little bit history when it comes to the fact that I've been adding things. For example, the unit of the elections that we're going to be starting, and as well I am just adding the Ivan Moore pocket book, and I am just reading storybooks to him, history books to him that are related to the unit that we started a while ago, which is Unit 3, Westward Expansion, and we are still working through that unit. I am adding the art to the unit, so every time we have a project that we can include some of the materials that we have for art, I just add it to our history, and in that way we can be taking care of that as well, and we don't have to wait for that week that he has off to tackle some of the things that we want to tackle when it comes to his interests, because I am trying to focus more on his interests in certain areas in our homeschool than just core subjects and books. So I would like to add more fun. That is something that is always in my mind. I want to add fun to our days, and lately I feel like we haven't done that. And while I am trying to simplify the material, and I have done that in a certain way, I feel like I still have a lot of material that we have to cover. I feel like it's getting me a little bit overwhelmed, and this is coming from a mom that is being 7 years already homeschooling, 6.5 to 7 years homeschooling, just counting from the time that I put our letter of intent to homeschool, obviously. And it's just, I feel like I would like to just simplify things, not only in our homeschool but at home as well. And I will be talking about that a little bit later, what I am planning to do when it comes to the house, home, how I would like to just handling things in order to make it easy for me, so we can have some time to have fun as well. I would like to change our schedule. I am not sure if I would like to still keeping the weeks off. So I do right now 3 weeks on, 1 week off. That's what I am doing. I am still not sure if I would like to keep with that schedule. I am thinking I would like to change that, so we can maybe have Fridays off, or we can just divide better the subjects, so he doesn't feel overwhelmed as a student, and I don't feel overwhelmed as a mom who is trying to provide that education for her kid. And I feel like I can accommodate better things for us, so we can have the time to have fun as well. If I have to change any type of material, I will do it, because I am in this position in mind said that I would like to simplify things, so we can have a little bit of a taking the time to breathe and take the time to have fun, go outside. And lately we haven't done that. Even though I have been simplifying things, I still feel like we are doing a lot, and I need to simplify things because I work outside, and it's a little bit more complicated now. So with that being said, I will just be showing you guys very soon a video where I will just be sharing how I am organizing our schedule, how I am changing things and putting things in a way that will not only work for him as a student, but for me as a teacher, and as well how I can accommodate things that I am able to do what I need to be doing here in our home, because I feel like I haven't been able to just clean the way I like to clean, and the way I like to have things organized in our home and in our homeschool. And because you have to find a balance. So I am looking in a specific for that balance. I am looking to see how I can accommodate things that will work well for us. So in this time and season in which I am still trying to figure out how I can continue working with certain areas with him. Obviously, he's kind of like advanced in certain areas, in certain subjects, and he needs a little bit more help when it comes to certain subjects like language arts, math. In a specific, when I talk about language arts, I am referring to writing and reading when it comes to phonetical sounds. He's been working very well, and after we finished with all about reading, obviously that worked very well for us, but I still feel like he needs a little bit more when it comes to fluency, and I am working with that. He's not a fan of reading books, so I am trying to develop that love for reading. I am just looking for books that he enjoys and trying to make as much time as much as I can dedicate to develop that love for reading for him, so help him develop that love for reading. So hopefully this video is helpful. You can see that no matter how many years you have been in this of homeschooling, home education, however you want to call it, and spending the time looking at the learning style of your kid, looking as your learning style as a parent, as a teacher, you still can make mistakes. You still can feel overwhelmed. We are not perfect, guys. We have to ask for that wisdom from God to help us select the materials, to help us work with the materials, and as well to help us continue in faith that no matter what we select, everything will be okay and it will work for the best. And as well to continue persevering and continuing moving forward, because that's what we want. even if we have to change some things here and there, even if we have to adjust the rhythm in our homeschool or the schedule, even if we have to adjust and evaluate ourselves as parents, as teachers, because sometimes it's us. Sometimes it's us as a teacher, and it's not that much your kid as a student, correct? So we have to look at all of that, observing as well and making note of what we are seeing in ourselves as well. Okay, this day I didn't enjoy this about the program. I didn't enjoy how I was explaining this to my kid, or how this was rearrange or organize about the program, and it's not making us work with a certain flow. You have to make note of that. You have to observe that and then pray about it and see how things are gonna work for the best from that term 4, meaning just wait for the Lord to give you those answers. Wait to see how God is going to direct you in your homeschool, and pray about it, because we are not perfect. As I was saying before, we are going to make mistakes. Maybe we think that program was going to work best for our kids, and it ended up not working very well, not because they don't enjoy specifically the program, but because us as parents, in my case, I feel like I am not able to correct that work fast enough, and I feel like he's lacking that input when he needs it, and then that's provoking for him not to be able to work well with the program, because he has to wait for me, and that is something that I really dislike to do. Now, that is something that I am looking, so you might see some changes as well here in our homeschool. So that is something that obviously is going to happen eventually, and I am just willing to do that in order for us to work better, and for me to see that he's enjoying better his time while he's doing homeschool, as well that we have a more a better flow to our days, and that we can just be a little bit more relaxed when it comes to our days, when it comes to the work that we have to do here in our homeschool. Because when you are stressed as a parent, as a teacher, and your kid is stressed as a student, as your kid that is trying to do their best, learning is not going to be happening. It's just both of you are going to be frustrated, and both of you are going to be in a position where you guys don't want to do the work. So hopefully this video is helpful. Hopefully this video encourages you to continue going and to move forward, and to just ask for that guidance from God, and ask for that guidance, even if you have somebody around you that they do homeschool as well, another mom that you can just ask for that opinion, for suggestions, and just make your decision as well. Just put all of them together and ask for wisdom, and just continue going. I hope this video is helpful. If it is, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Give me some thumbs up, and I will see you then. Bye.